15 million motorcycles are about to be liquidated for extremely cheap prices, and it is all because the industry made a catastrophic mistake. While dealers are panicking, the real story is that exploding interest rates have turned millions of motorcycle loans into toxic debt. They sold you on low monthly payments. The reality is that those payments have now become unsustainable, and a tsunami of used and repossessed bikes is about to hit the market. In this video, we will analyze the fatal flaw in the industry's financing model. We will show you why this is happening and which brands are most at risk. Stick around, because the final part of our analysis will explain how this financial crisis is going to permanently change the price of every motorcycle in America. Number 10. Triumph. The British motorcycle manufacturer Triumph, which successfully positioned itself as a premium alternative to Japanese brands, now faces market rejection that threatens its global expansion plans. Their retro-styled Bonneville series and Tiger Adventure models, previously the backbone of their sales success, have seen demand evaporate as consumers question the value proposition of premium motorcycles in an uncertain economy. The sales collapse has been particularly dramatic in their Bonneville platform, which accounts for nearly 50% of their global volume. Dealer reports indicate unit sales have declined by 60 to 75% across the Bonneville family, with even steeper drops for their higher-priced variants. Their Tiger Adventure bikes face similar challenges, with the flagship Tiger 1200 seeing sales plummet by over 80% despite a complete redesign. Triumph's pricing. Desperation reveals the severity of their situation. Dealers are advertising discounts of $3,000 to $4,000 on Bonneville models, and up to $6,000 on Tiger 1200s, unprecedented numbers for a brand that previously maintained strict price discipline. Even their limited production Speed Triple RR, which was meant to be a halo product, now sits unsold with discounts exceeding 25% at most dealerships. The financing offers have reached absurd levels of desperation. Triumph is currently offering 0% financing for 60 months, $2,000 in additional customer cash, and free service for 3 years, effectively subsidizing ownership costs just to move unsold inventory. For their premium models, they have introduced lease options with artificially inflated residual values to create the illusion of affordability. Most alarming for Triumph's future is their production overcorrection. After drastically overproducing from 2022 to 2023, the company has slashed production by an estimated 70% for 2024 to 2025. Their Hinckley factory in the UK has reportedly moved to a 3-day work week, while their Thailand manufacturing facility has suspended production of certain models entirely. This production whipsaw threatens both their supply chain relationships and their ability to fund future model development. The iconic Italian brand Ducati, known for exclusive superbikes and premium pricing, faces a market rejection that threatens the very foundation of their business model. Their signature red machines, once symbols of motorcycling exclusivity, now sit unsold in dealerships across the country as buyers balk at their premium pricing in a collapsing market. Ducati's sales collapse has been spectacular in its severity. Their flagship Panigale V4 superbike has seen unit sales decline by over 70% from their 2021 peak. Their new Multistrada V4 adventure bike, which was supposed to be their volume seller, has failed to meet even 40% of its sales targets, despite massive marketing investment and dealer incentives. The pricing implosion reveals Ducati's desperation. Models that previously commanded premiums of $5,000 to $10,000 over Japanese alternatives are now being discounted to match or even undercut their Asian competitors. Dealers report offering discounts of $4,000 to $6,000 on Panigale models and up to $8,000 on Multistradas. Unheard of numbers for a brand that once prided itself on price discipline and exclusivity. Ducati's financing offers have abandoned any pretense of premium positioning. Their current programs include 0.99% financing for 60 months with no down payment, terms previously reserved for budget brands trying to move excess inventory. Some dealers have even introduced lease options with artificially inflated residual values to create artificially low monthly payments, a tacit admission that their motorcycles are not worth what they are asking. The brand's exclusivity proposition has completely collapsed. Ducati built its entire marketing strategy around the concept of limited availability and waiting lists. Today, dealers report having 10 to 15 Panigales in stock with zero customer interest, forcing them to sell these supposedly exclusive motorcycles at or below their cost just to reduce inventory carrying charges. BMW Motorrad, the premium German manufacturer, is experiencing a collapse that threatens its carefully cultivated luxury image. The brand that built its reputation on engineering excellence and premium pricing now faces market rejection across its entire lineup, from the S1000RR sport bike to the R1250 GS adventure tourer. The numbers reveal BMW's premium positioning has completely failed in the current market. Their flagship R1250 GS Adventure, previously their best-selling model worldwide, has seen sales plummet by 65% year-over-year. Even more concerning for the brand's future, the new R1300 GS replacement has generated minimal market interest despite a comprehensive redesign and marketing push. BMW's pricing strategy has abandoned any pretense of premium positioning. Dealers are advertising discounts of $3,000 to $5,000 on models that previously sold at or above MSRP. The S1000RR sport bike, which commanded waiting lists just 2 years ago, now sits unsold with discounts exceeding 25% at most dealerships. Even these steep price cuts have failed to generate sufficient sales volume. The company's financing desperation reveals their true situation. BMW Financial Services has introduced terms previously unthinkable for a premium brand: 0 down, 0.9% financing for 72 months, with the first 3 payments covered by the factory. For their high-end touring models, they have even introduced balloon payment options that hide the true cost of ownership, a tactic previously used only by brands in financial distress. Most concerning for BMW's future is dealer network instability. Multiple high-volume BMW motorcycle dealerships have either closed or dropped the brand in the past year, including several BMW-only locations that represented significant investment in the brand. Industry sources report BMW is offering substantial cash incentives to keep dealers from abandoning the brand altogether, a sign of desperation from a manufacturer that once had dealers competing for franchises. Number 7. Harley-Davidson. America's iconic motorcycle manufacturer faces the most severe existential crisis in its 121-year history. Harley-Davidson, the brand that defined American motorcycling for generations, is experiencing a market rejection so complete it threatens the company's very survival. The numbers are catastrophic across their entire lineup, from entry-level sportsters to premium CVO touring models. Harley's flagship touring motorcycles, the road glides and street glides that generated the bulk of their profits, have seen sales collapse by over 65% compared to 2019. These high-margin models previously commanded full MSRP and generated substantial dealer profits. Today they sit unsold with discounts of $5,000 to $8,000 and still struggle to attract buyers even at these fire sale prices. The company's inventory situation has become untenable. Harley dealerships report having an average of 14 months of inventory on hand, nearly triple the sustainable level. This oversupply has created what one dealer called cannibalistic pricing, where dealers are undercutting each other so severely that many are selling flagship models below their cost just to generate cash flow. Harley's financing desperation reveals their true financial condition. Harley-Davidson Financial Services is offering terms that would have been unthinkable just 2 years ago: 0 down, 0% financing for 72 months, with the first 4 payments covered by the factory. For their premium touring models, they've even introduced 84-month financing, a tacit admission that their motorcycles have become completely unaffordable for their target demographic. The most alarming signal of Harley's collapse is their dealership network instability. Over 75 Harley-Davidson dealerships have closed in the past 18 months, representing nearly 10% of their U.S. distribution network. Those that remain report declining profitability, staff reductions, and existential concerns about their future. Yamaha's market position has deteriorated faster than almost any other major manufacturer. The company that once dominated multiple segments, from sport bikes to cruisers to adventure tourers, now faces collapsing sales across their entire lineup. Their R-Series sport bikes, once the aspirational standard for young riders, have seen sales plummet by over 70% in just 2 years. Financial disclosures reveal Yamaha Motor Corporation has written down inventory values by an estimated $340 million, acknowledging that their motorcycles simply are not worth what they thought. This accounting reality is now being reflected in showroom prices, with dealers offering discounts that would have been unthinkable just 18 months ago. The MT Series naked bikes, previously Yamaha's volume sellers, are now being advertised at 30 to 35% below MSRP. Their flagship adventure bike, the Tenere 700, is commonly found with discounts of $3,000 to $4,000, plus thousands in free accessories. Even their X-Max scooters, once price protected due to their popularity, are being liquidated with name-your-price tactics by desperate dealers. Yamaha's financial engineering has reached new levels of desperation. Their current financing offers include no payments until 2026, zero down payment, zero interest for 60 months, and factory-to-dealer cash that effectively pays people to take motorcycles off their hands. One finance manager admitted they were basically giving bikes away and hoping customers would be able to make payments when they finally start. The company's racing and marketing programs have been slashed to cut costs. Yamaha has withdrawn factory support from several racing series and canceled multiple product launches scheduled for 2025. Industry analysts speculate this retreat signals a fundamental restructuring of Yamaha's motorcycle business, with potential model eliminations coming as the company fights for survival. Polaris-owned Indian Motorcycle, which positioned itself as Harley-Davidson's premium American alternative, is experiencing a complete collapse that threatens the entire revival of the historic brand. After initial success challenging Harley's dominance, Indian now faces plummeting sales, dealer defections, and a product lineup that consumers are increasingly rejecting, regardless of price. The sales implosion has been particularly severe in their cruiser and bagger segments, the models directly competing with Harley-Davidson. Their flagship Indian Challenger, which received strong initial reviews, has seen unit sales decline by over 70% since its introduction. Dealer reports indicate 2022 models still unsold, alongside 2023 and 2024 models, creating an inventory logjam that gets worse with each passing month. Indian's pricing strategy has abandoned any pretense of premium positioning. Models that launched with prices $2,000 to $3,000 above comparable Harleys are now being discounted by $5,000 to $7,000, effectively repositioning them as budget alternatives to already discounted Harley-Davidson models. Even these aggressive price cuts have failed to generate significant sales volume. The financing desperation reveals Indian's true market position. Their current financing offers include 0% for 72 months with no down payment, $2,000 in additional factory-to-dealer cash, and up to $3,000 in free accessories, essentially paying customers to take motorcycles off their hands. One finance manager said, "This is the most desperate financing program I have seen in 25 years in the business. Most concerning for the brand's future is the rapid contraction of their dealer network." Over 40% of Indian motorcycle dealerships have either closed or dropped the brand in the past 18 months, with many high-profile locations returning to Harley-Davidson exclusivity. Remaining dealers report minimal factory support, non-competitive flooring assistance, and a sense that Polaris is reducing investment in the motorcycle division as losses mount. Kawasaki's green machines are seeing red on balance sheets across the country. The Japanese manufacturer, famous for high-performance sport bikes like the Ninja series and supercharged H2 models, is experiencing a free-fall collapse in both sales and dealer confidence. Their iconic Ninja ZX-10R, once the cornerstone of their lineup, has seen unit sales decline by 80% compared to 2022. Dealer inventory reports show an average of 210-day supply of Kawasaki motorcycles nationwide, more than 4 times the healthy level. This oversupply has created what industry insiders call kamikaze pricing, with dealers willing to take losses of $2,000 to $3,000 per unit just to generate cash flow and reduce floor plan financing costs. Kawasaki's premium positioning has completely evaporated. Their flagship supercharged H2 models, which previously sold above the manufacturer's suggested retail price with waiting lists, now sit unsold with discounts exceeding $5,000. The Ninja 400, once the best-selling sport bike in America, is now commonly advertised at 25% below the manufacturer's suggested retail price, with some dealers throwing in free gear, extended warranties, and service packages just to move units. The company's financial statements reveal Kawasaki Heavy Industries is considering strategic options for its motorcycle division after 5 consecutive quarters of losses. Internal documents show they have halted development on several planned models and are considering consolidating their lineup to focus only on their most profitable segments. Most alarming for the brand's future is their complete withdrawal from certain dealer locations. Over 120 Kawasaki dealerships have lost their franchises in the past year as the company attempts to reduce its distribution footprint. Those remaining dealers report receiving unwanted inventory allocations. One owner said they were being forced to take bikes they knew they could not sell, and then punished when those bikes did not move. It was a death spiral. Honda, the world's largest motorcycle manufacturer, is facing an unprecedented crisis. The Japanese giant that built its reputation on reliability and value now sits on warehouses filled with unsold inventory. Their flagship models, including the Goldwing, Africa Twin, and CBR series, are gathering dust as dealers slash prices to move them off showroom floors. Industry insiders reveal that Honda overproduced by 2.3 million units globally, miscalculating post-pandemic demand in catastrophic fashion. Their North American inventory alone has tripled in the past 18 months, forcing dealers into panic mode. Motorcycles that once commanded full manufacturer's suggested retail price are now being advertised at 25 to 30% below sticker, with additional dealer incentives hidden from public view. Honda's financing arm has taken extreme measures, offering 0% financing for 72 months on virtually their entire lineup, something previously reserved only for aging models. Their summer clearance event has essentially become permanent, with internal documents showing the company has allocated over $130 million for customer incentives in North America alone. Most telling is Honda's production halt at their major factories. Their Kumamoto plant in Japan, which produces most of their premium models, has reduced production by 60%. Meanwhile, their U.S. assembly operations in South Carolina have moved to a 3-day work week, a drastic step for a company that prided itself on manufacturing efficiency. Honda dealers are in open revolt, with the National Honda Dealer Advisory Board sending a scathing letter to corporate headquarters demanding immediate production cuts and additional financial support for inventory costs. One dealer in California summed up the situation, saying, "We are selling 2023 Hondas at 2018 prices, and we are still overstocked. It is unsustainable." The most severe collapse in the premium motorcycle segment belongs to Ducati. While we touched on their struggles earlier, the full extent of their crisis deserves deeper examination, because it represents the complete failure of the premium pricing model that sustained the industry for decades. Ducati's situation is not just a business challenge, it is an existential threat to their entire approach to motorcycle manufacturing. The sales implosion across their lineup reveals market rejection at every price point. Their volume models, like the Monster and Supersport, have seen unit sales decline by over 75%, while their flagship Panigale and Multistrada models fare even worse, with 80 to 85% declines from their peak. Dealer reports indicate they still have 2022 models unsold, alongside 2023 models and 2024 models, creating multi-year inventory backlogs that destroy value with each passing month. Ducati's pricing collapse has been the most dramatic in the industry. Models that previously commanded $5,000 to $10,000 premiums over Japanese alternatives are now being liquidated at or below the price of their Asian competitors. Flagship Panigales that retailed for $40,000 or more are commonly advertised at $30,000 or less, representing unprecedented depreciation for new motorcycles. Even these fire sale prices have failed to generate significant buyer interest. The financing desperation has reached levels previously unimaginable for a premium brand. Ducati Financial Services is offering 0% financing for 60 months with no down payment, the first 4 payments covered by the factory, and $3,000 in additional customer cash, effectively paying people to take motorcycles off their hands. For their highest-end models, they have introduced balloon payment options that hide the true cost of ownership in an attempt to create artificial affordability. Most concerning for Ducati's future is the collapse of their dealer network. Over 35% of Ducati dealerships in North America have either closed or dropped the brand in the past 18 months, including several high-profile Ducati-only locations that represented significant investment in the brand. Remaining dealers report being forced to take unwanted inventory allocations while receiving minimal financial support for carrying costs. Number 1. Suzuki. Suzuki's situation may be the most dire among Japanese manufacturers. The company that gave us legendary models like the GSX-R series and Hayabusa is now fighting for its very survival in the North American market. Industry analysts believe Suzuki may be the first major brand to completely exit the US motorcycle market as losses mount and market share evaporates. The inventory situation has become almost comical in its extremity. Dealers report having 2022 models still unsold, alongside 2023 models and 2024 models, creating a 3-year backlog of motorcycles that consumers simply do not want at any price point. One multi-line dealer in Texas reported having 175 unsold Suzuki motorcycles across 3 model years, with only 8 sales in the past 6 months. Suzuki's pricing strategy has descended into pure desperation. Their iconic Hayabusa sport bike, which once commanded premium pricing, is now advertised with discounts exceeding 35% at many dealers. Their V-Strom adventure bikes face even steeper discounts, with some 2022 models being liquidated at 45% below original MSRP. Even these fire sale prices have failed to generate significant buyer interest. The company's dealer network is collapsing in real time. Over 200 Suzuki motorcycle dealerships have closed or dropped the brand in the past 18 months, representing nearly 40% of their US distribution network. Remaining dealers report minimal factory support, non-existent marketing, and an attitude one dealer described as they have already given up. Most telling is Suzuki's product development freeze. For 2025, Suzuki has announced 0 new models and minimal updates to existing ones, essentially admitting they lack the financial resources to invest in their motorcycle division. Industry sources reveal the company is exploring partnerships with Chinese manufacturers to outsource production of smaller models, signaling a fundamental retreat from their position as a premium Japanese brand. The great motorcycle collapse has exposed an industry built on financial fantasy rather than consumer reality. From Harley's failed demographic strategy to Ducati's premium pricing collapse, every brand now faces an existential reckoning. This isn't just a downturn. It's your opportunity of a lifetime if you understand what's happening. Honda, Yamaha, Triumph, and BMW, brands that once commanded premium prices, are now available at unprecedented discounts as dealers fight for survival. Are you seeing these fire sale prices in your area? Will the Italian and American brands survive this shakeout, or will the Japanese manufacturers be the last ones standing? Comment below with your experiences and subscribe now. I will be tracking this industry implosion while others miss the real story behind the greatest motorcycle buying opportunity in history.